Don't you think that's a stimulating word? Aren't you curious? Virgin River was supposed to be one book. And there is a Virgin River right up the road from where I live. And as it happens, there are about 25 Virgin Rivers in the United States. So it's a fairly common name, but it's a little bit stimulating. It makes you wonder. There are no virgins left in Virgin River, by the way. But it makes you wonder if there are virgins there, doesn't it? And doesn't it give you the idea that there's going to be love relationships involved? So that's the purpose. And you don't know how hard I had to fight to get the first book to be called Virgin River. Now I think everybody thinks it was their idea. It was a hard fight. I dug my heels in and said, trust me, you have to trust me on this. And even if 20 forgettable titles follow, Virgin River will be the one they remember. And I just knew it in my gut. I've had so many options, right? And then I started getting pictures from the producer. Does this look like Jack? Does this look like Mel? Does this look like, and then pretty soon I got money. That's the first sign that they're really doing something. Principal photography. Yeah, and it's when I realized that they really were doing it, I still didn't believe it. I still thought, yeah, well, they'll change their mind. I remember when the first time I had an option, I wrote one thriller in my whole life, and it's real creepy. Ooh, I'm glad I'm not down that road. But that got optioned twice. And I was always on the brink of having a movie. And so I learned a long time ago that it's a complicated business. And what usually happens, I think somebody told me the statistic, 1 out of every movie's optioned gets made, and 1 out of every 100 that get made gets aired, something like that. It's really, really hard. I thought they did a fabulous job. Now, there were lots of times I thought, why didn't they use what I wrote? And then there were other times I thought, well, that was a good idea. I wish I'd thought of it. But I keep my hands out of it because I'm not a movie maker and I'm not knowledgeable in that. That's just not my bag. So I don't want to screw it up. At the end of the day, the most thrilling moment for me was when I realized with a shock, we put 450 people to work. We had a viewing party. And you know, a viewing party is really hard because people just don't shut up. You don't see what's going on. So yeah, I had a viewing party. I had a bunch of friends over. I was really impressed. Now, as that was the first book and the first episode, as it went on, it got further and further from the original story. And so it was really brand new. And so if I didn't know anything about the book, I always tried to focus on pretend you don't know anything about the books and just judge this for what it is. And people have loved it.